Welcome to episode 7 of the Back in My Day podcast. This week's guest is Mabel, who at 103 years young has been our oldest guest on the podcast, but hearing her stories were fantastic. She's lived a long life, and we asked her some tips on how she's achieved that, and she also talks about the changes she's seen in that time, even seeing the Harbour Bridge being built, the Sydney Harbour Bridge, and getting to walk across it on the day it was completed. Please like, follow and subscribe for more episodes in the future, and visit us at backinmyday.com.au, our website, for more information. We hope you enjoy listening to Mabel. Obviously lived through a lot over those 100 years and seen a lot of changes.
Yes, I've seen the city grow, saw the bridge being built.
Oh wow, yeah. that took a long time, didn't it?
Mum, it's on television. I said, darling, I walked over the bridge the day it opened.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mabel, for coming onto the podcast. We really appreciate it.
Oh well.
You just told me that you're 101, so.
Well, not till December.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
And when I was coming up 100, the girls drove me mad. How many more days to your birthday, Mabel? 10 months, 9 months, 8 months. Look at me, stay alive, stay alive. And once I hit 100, I said, there you are, girls, you've got your 100.
You've done it, yeah. So do people still get the telegram from the Queen? Do you still get anything from the Queen?
Oh yes, I got the photo.
Well, the King now, I guess, but yeah.
Yes, Charlie and one to the government, the General, and one to the Prime Minister.
Right, okay. So all that still happens?
They just got stuck in the door. What's the difference? How do you feel? I feel the same as I did before.
Yeah.
Except I can't do as much.
Yeah.
But what I lived just on 20 years on my own.
Right.
In my own home.
Yeah.
And didn't need any help.
Right, okay.
And then towards the last couple of years, I fell over once and they got their hands on me.
Well, that was it. Yeah.
Oh, you're old.
Yeah. So is it a couple of years ago that you came to Uniting?
Yeah.
Yeah. And how's that been since you've been living here?
Well, the staff are good, and also in the night time, if you ring, somebody will come.
Okay.
They don't leave you there.
Yeah. So they respond quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Because people think they can get out of the chair, and you can't.
Yeah.
You're old.
Yeah, I know it was 100 years ago, but I was going to ask a little bit about the early days and where you were born, and if you have any memories of your childhood.
Well, until a local. I was born in Stanmore.
Oh, so you were born local?
Yeah. My parents, Annandale, Leichhardt. I did the same.
Right.
Well, it's 75 years in number 75.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I just saw it. And then they thought, well, Mabel's gone. We'll lock the house down.
Right.
So now I've got nothing at all.
Right. So that house is gone now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
And yes, we got married. We lived there. It's a bit of a shock to think.
Yeah.
You go along the street there. Well, I used to live there. I lived there for 75 years. I turned my back and they knocked the house down.
Oh. Yeah, it must have been hard. Such a long time in one house. It must have been hard to see it go.
Oh, the house was a dear little street. Yeah. Everybody knew everybody. The kids could run in and out of anybody's house.
Yeah, I've had family that tell me that back in those days it was very different, and everyone was out on the streets playing together. And
well, there wasn't the traffic to start with.
Yeah.
And home life was so different.
Yeah.
The women didn't have any possibility of a career. They were stuck at home and having kid after kid, and they didn't want it. They couldn't afford them.
Yeah.
So I went through the war, the depression, and then when we started to stand up.
Were you from a big family?
But, no, I'm an only My daughter's an only, my grandson's an only.
Right. Okay.
We didn't get perfection. Who'd want anything else?
Yeah. Yeah. Is there any memories that stand out from those younger years?
No. I talked to people that were, you're spoiled, but an only child's not spoiled. You get a lot of responsibility. And an only child doesn't fit in with our own age group. For the simple reason, we had no one to put the blame on. If you dropped that and broke it, he did it. She did it.
Yeah.
Oh, I did it. So what? I broke it. That's
Yeah.
all right, love.
Yeah.
But that is, of course, with brother and sister. I used to look at the things, no, I don't want that.
Yeah.
And the idea of sharing a bedroom with another person, oh, good heavens, no.
Yeah.
It was a friendly neighbourhood, and there was always prejudice in there. In the old days, wasn't so much the people, it was the religion that's what caused the break.
Right.
You were either one, you were either Catholic or a Protestant, and you hated each other. Why you did it? Because you heard it in the home.
Yeah. And that's what you were taught early on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And did in terms of working, did you have many jobs, or did you have a main
No,
occupation?
those days I got married at 17.
Oh right. Okay. Yeah.
And the war came on, and I just did voluntary work.
Yeah.
But other than that, no, it's been a very placid life.
Yeah. So you've obviously lived through a lot over those 100 years and seen a lot of changes.
Yes, I've seen the city grow.
Yeah.
Saw the bridge being built.
Oh wow. Yeah. That took a long time, didn't it?
Mum, it's on television. I said, darling, I walked over the bridge the day it opened.
Oh wow.
And all of it, I think, AWA building, that was the tallest one in town. And we had just all the big shops, but now they're all in the supermarkets and things, and we didn't have any of that. And everything shut down at 12:30 on a Saturday and didn't open till Monday morning.
Everything's open all the time now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you went to the little corner shop, they had to put big wooden things over all their stock. And he'd want something, he'd put his hands down and try and grab it for you. It was black and gold.
Yeah, well. Right.
The art gallery museum, that was the only one that opened. And then we had a Hyde Park where all the speakers used to go. And you just go there, there was nothing to do.
Did you have any particular hobbies or interests of your life?
Not really particularly. Only the normal things that we did.
Yeah. And in the notes here, it said that you had a grandmother that died of the Spanish flu.
Yes. Yeah. So I thought it was my turn to die with this one. But God doesn't want me up there.
Yeah.
And on a cold day, I'm beginning to think it might be warmer down there.
Yeah. And you into your politics?
I've always had an interest in politics.
Yeah.
It's nice to see we eventually got a woman for a little while.
Yeah. You still follow it now?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. What about America? Are you a fan of Donald Trump?
Oh, Donald Trump.
Never thought you'd see a president like that.
Oh, why they haven't killed him before this? Well, they killed all the other ones.
Yeah.
I didn't want a black one. I didn't want a Catholic.
Yeah. He's an interesting character, isn't he, Donald Trump? Yeah.
Well, don't forget, we had the White Australia policy.
Yeah.
And we never saw an Aboriginal in the city. We didn't know anything about it. It's only in later life we found out how the whites killed the blacks in this country.
Yeah.
But the education, I pity the teachers, really.
The teachers? Yeah.
Because the little kids need a damn good smack.
You can't do it anymore.
No.
Back in the day it used to happen, didn't it? But not anymore. Yeah.
If you're told if you do that, you'll get a hit.
Yeah.
And you just get one. The battle was over.
Yeah. Did you get many of those yourself at school?
No, we don't come to the school.
Yeah.
And, but no. They're pretty good, the nuns.
Yeah. Oh, it was run by the nuns when you were at school?
They're obvious.
Yeah.
Sister will give you one look, or you get it. And you knew.
Yeah. It sounds like it was so different back then. The kids behaved themselves. I knew they were going to get in trouble, yeah.
The trouble is, with the young ones, with the kids started, they want to be a friend. Well, you can't be a friend with your mother. You make your own friends.
Yeah.
And Mummy does not like the things that you've got. So you and Mummy are going to have a go. I like them. Well, she's not good for you.
Right. And you were married to George for 26 years? Yeah.
Yes, we went to school in kindergarten together.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
And then he came back from the war and we met up and we joined the fire brigade and then on. He's always been in uniform.
So he went off to it was in the war?
Yeah, he joined up a 16.
Oh, wow. Did he tell you many stories about time in the war?
That's over and done with the children's book.
Yeah.
You never go back. If you leave a job, you leave a job.
Yeah.
You never go back.
And then you said he was a fireman when he came back? Yeah. And what about living here at Uniting? Have you got any hobbies or anything you do here?
Oh, there's plenty to do if you want to do it. The other staff members get to, but when I press mine, I've always got two of them. You all right, Mabel? You all right?
So that's a little buzzer you've got there at all times?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when I lived on my own, I had ones and these to wear in the house. And I never took it off. And in the shower, it was waterproof.
Oh, that's good.
But my friends had had them. Oh no, I left it on the dining room table. If I fall in the bathroom, and that's on the dining room table,
Yeah, you can't.
why have it? I can talk, can't I?
And what are the other residents like? Have you got plenty of friends here?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Those that haven't got dementia.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel sorry when you can see physically they're perfect, and yet they've got no idea of who they are or what they are. And it doesn't seem to take any consideration whether you're well educated or you're stupid or anything.
Yeah, it can get anyone, can't it? Yeah.
You know, the tables are in the dining room there. Well, he was a doctor and she was taught at university.
Yeah.
And they've still got it.
Yeah.
It's pathetic.
It seems like you're doing very well. Very sharp at 101. It's great.
I don't think I've got anything else to pull you stiff with.
I know that. Look, thanks so much for having a chat. Can I ask one last question?
You can ask it.
If you could go back and talk to your 16-year-old self, is there any advice that you would give yourself?
Make sure that I've got a better education,
Right.
because that just starts you. Where before, with anybody in authority or churches or that, they told you and you believed them. Now you want to ask, why?
Yeah.
And if you don't get the answer, well, you'll go somewhere else for it until you get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough.
And then you all end up bossy like me.
Have you got anything else on today that you're doing?
No, no exercises.
They get you doing some exercises, do they? Do you enjoy them, or?
I've got a book and a glass of wine and I'm happy.
Oh, that's good. So they still give you a glass of wine, then that's good.
I've been having it for years.
Oh, really?
And they're horrified that a woman would drink red wine.
Oh, on the red wine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love red wine.
Yeah. That's, you'll live long too. Yeah.
So that's the secret, is it? So a long life?
No, they call me the wine lady.
So any tips then for us? What's the secret to getting to 100?
I don't know, just be normal.
Be normal. Yeah.
And another thing, like red wine, well, Dr. Ashley was my local doctor for 20 odd years. And his father, his grandfather, all came from Petersham. That's where the studios are. Well, everybody went to Dr. Morgan. So when I was coming here, Dr. Morgan comes here. And he's got a letter, do not touch Mabel's alcohol contents. And I said, why? He said, I wasn't going to go near her.
Is there a particular red wine that you like?
They all go on this Murdoch, but I'm not too keen on that.
Okay.
A good burgundy.
Yeah.
I don't want to close.
Yeah. Yeah. So when did you start liking red wine? So some people don't start liking it till later in life. Was that?
Well, I don't know. I suppose it was always in the house.
Yeah.
Dad and Mum had worked in hotels like that. And I never thought any more about it. It was just there. And if I was in a hotel, well, I can remember being about 8 or 9 and coming home from school. Well, Mum was up at the hotel. I could walk through the main bar and that and not think a thing about it. Well, Mum was working there and Dad was around. And they go, oh, do you go into a hotel? That was another thing. The 6 o'clock closing. That was hard. Can you imagine throwing them all out of pubs at 6 o'clock?
Oh, that's what time the pubs close, at 6?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Oh, yes, they'd be mad. So they want 4 or 5 drinks and they'd line them all up along the back there.
Yeah.
And they'd drink one on top of the other.
All right.
And you knocked off at 5:30 and somebody goes over and ordered the beers for the men.
Run to the pub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the women weren't allowed in the bar. Weren't allowed. So they had a part on the side. They used to call it the ladies' parlour. And they had a little window. And you'd go up there. May I have a sandy, please? May I have this? And I'd just give it to you.
So men were in the pub and then the women off to the side.
Yeah.
Wow. How times have changed. Yeah.
Two women said, buggers, we'll do it. And they went into the bar, main bar. And
They said, enough's enough, we're going in the bar.
Oh, well, I'd get the police and we'll charge you with assault. So the men said, oh, we're gone.
Yeah.
And then we got the pub at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, all right. So would people go? So if they got thrown out of the pubs at 6 o'clock, would people go home and keep drinking at home, or would that be it?
Yeah, yeah. Go home and sometimes I couldn't hear them. The same as it is with the alcohol today.
Mm.
So you've got to know when to stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was all knew about the 6 o'clock closing.
Where were your parents? Were they Australian or did they come from?
Yeah. My grandparents,
Yeah.
Aussies.
Oh wow! So Australian all the way back.
Not quite all the way back, but we invaded this country, don't forget.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Mainly Irish, a bit of Scot in them somewhere. You know, the Catholics, they couldn't get into public service.
Right.
No, because I'm Catholics.
So still the religion stuff then was affecting things.
And you find, like, this year we'll have a head of the police department. Well, he'll be a Protestant. Well, next year we'll have a go.
Yeah.
Don't let those Catholics in. They let one in. They'll all
They'd all get in. Yeah.
And we
Wow. That's great.
Let's see how bad this will get you out of anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks so much for coming and having a chat. It's been great.